Brussels has been celebrating the treaty that created the EU and the single currency. Well, EU officials have anyway. If I say Maastricht, what do you think?
I have no idea.
It's a town where you can visit on Sunday. It's nearby.
Maastricht, where is Maastricht?
The Treaty of Maastricht. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Exactly. Today it's the 25th birthday of the Maastricht Treaty.
Okay, nice to hear. Okay.
You didn't know about it?
I didn't know about it. I didn't know it, no. And I don't even know exactly what it's about, in fact.
The treaty laid the stages for monetary union, leading up to the physical launch of the euro on January the 1st, 2002. Even in the European capital, it's with a certain anonymity that the Maastricht Treaty celebrates its 25th anniversary. Citizens and tourists don't really see the impact of how this major treaty built Europe, which includes the creation of the single currency and the free movement of people.
Grégoire Laurie, Euronews, Bruxelles.
It was the treaty that created the European Union and laid the foundation for the single European currency. It introduced a common foreign and security policy and allowed people from member countries to move freely within the Union. Its members agreed to work towards EU-wide policies on everything from the environment to immigration, drugs and terrorism. And it was signed in Maastricht, a small Dutch town of 120,000, wedged between Germany and France, the ideal symbolic location. But 25 years later, the optimism expressed by the finance and foreign ministers who gathered in Maastricht in February 1992 seems hopelessly misplaced. The President of the European Council at the time, who was also the Prime Minister of Portugal, called it historic. Today, here in Maastricht, a new historic step in Europe is taking place, which we are solidly building. The treaty we are about to sign is a decisive step forward in the path towards the European Union, an unparalleled process in contemporary history. At the time, one of the main economic criteria for joining was for a state to have no more than 60% of debt as a proportion of its GDP. And crucially, it was the failure of many Eurozone states to stick to this debt rule which caused the great financial crisis in 2009. The treaty was held up by three pillars. The European Communities pillar handled economic, social and environmental policies. The CFSP pillar took care of foreign policy and military policies. And the PJCCM pillar brought together cooperation in the fight against crime. 10 years later, the first euro notes inside the Union rolled out of cash machines to great excitement in 2002. But now the currency's very existence in Eurozone states, such as Greece, is being questioned. And just as the EU celebrates its milestone anniversary, the UK is on the verge of filing its Brexit divorce papers, leading many to fear that other EU states may also quit. But the will and the determination to protect the Union clearly remains.
To put Europe in pieces, to subdivide us in national divisions are totally wrong. We won't exist as single nations without the European Union.